All right, gang, welcome back to our Luxury Talent Challenge, and a very snowy February. Snow's in the forecast for a while. We've got a ton of snow on the ground here, so going to pose a bit of an issue here for us for a little while. There's not going to be a whole lot we can do today, but what we can do is knock down a few more trees, try to get some stuff cleaned up a little bit more, sell some more of those wood beams, which is going to be great for us. Oh, I'm going to the wrong thing. And then just do some more minor, touch-up stuff that we need to do. Specifically, the greenhouses need some more water. I'm going to move some more of this hay over here to the TMR mixer, although we don't really need a whole lot more. We might as well just go ahead and do so, since we have a bunch of hay in here already, as it is. And just do some kind of stuff like that. Maybe work on the little area that we sit over there by our little farmer's market store. Add a couple of parking spots, or at least, pave over that area a little bit more. Things like that, I think, are really going to be our main focus here for today. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. I've been a little bit behind, so I apologize to those of you that are members. I assure you I'm going to get back up to speed here. I feel like I'm always starting to get ahead of things, and then something happens that prevents that from being the case. So that was the case here. It's nothing major. It's not like it's a big issue or anything like that. Just took my time up, and I didn't really have the time I would have loved to have to be able to put into some more effort to making some more videos for you to have out there early. That's just a quick shameless plug there. That's one of the perks my members get, is they get the early access to videos before they are released to the regular public. So, or any subscriber, I guess that's how I should put it. So I apologize for that to those of you that are members. I will get them back up and going here soon, I assure you. So, yeah, hopefully you're all doing well, man. Things are all right here. All things considered. Like I said, it seems like everything just always happens at the worst time. I was finally starting to get my feet behind me here with getting a couple of videos done ahead of time, like I normally like to have, and that just, this weekend just turned into being a very bit of a crapshoot there with being able to get anything done. So the gas station simulator on Simulation Sunday. We're going to kind of make that a normal thing, I think, on the channel moving forward. We're going to have a Simulation Sunday for quite a while, I think. I'm really enjoying that, and it seems like for the most part, most people are as well. There's been certainly a couple people that haven't, but, if you don't, you can always just, skip that video for the week, I guess, right? But anyway, if you have been one of the ones that have enjoyed it and you have another idea for a simulation game to play on Simulation Sunday, make sure you let me know down below in the comments. We're almost done with Gas Station Simulator. At the time of this recording, this should be out before. There's only going to be one more episode of that. We were very, very close. Now, I could get the DLCs for that game, and we could run through those if it's something you want me to continue on. But if there's another simulation game you want me to try, like maybe Power Wash Simulator 2 that just came out or something like that, let me know. And, we can look into that. But with that said, today, our goal here, as mentioned, is to kind of do a little bit of cleanup work around here. There are a few contracts we can do. Specifically, there's some plowing contracts we can do. There's also a wood transport contract. Don't really want to do that one, if I'm honest with you. Not really something I'm interested in. I didn't really like it when I have done it in the past. But if we have to do it, we have to do it. But there are 2 plowing contracts we can do, so we can take our plow and do those. Or at least one of those today. See how things go. Other than that, I think, it's snowing, so obviously you probably really wouldn't want to, but I don't think our grass field is ready to mow. It's not. I don't think it's going to be ready to mow until after the winter months are done, because the growing stage kind of stops. So yeah, it's just doing some cleanup work here today. Now, we could potentially jump to March if we want to, although there won't be a ton more we can do in March. I think there will be. Actually, I guess we could drill oat, although we have nothing really to drill it in. Let's see. As far as rice goes, that's not till April. We talked about maybe potentially doing long grain rice, and that was definitely something I thought about doing, but I think I'm going to go the regular rice route, which means, we have to save some more money up to get to that point, but that's okay. Do we have any silage in here? I don't know if we do. I would think we probably don't. We do not. I didn't think so. The big problem right now we have with the greenhouses is they're only going to be able to do so much. We are not making any more digestate, right? So when that liquid fertilizer runs out, they are going to stop producing, which is a bit unfortunate. However, we could just buy some liquid fertilizer, right? We could just go that approach, which maybe that's the way we should go to keep them going. But let's see what happens here as far as February and March go, and see how much is left after we're done here. Right now, they're okay, and they may end up being okay, until we're able to mow too. Who knows? What else do I have to talk about? I think I'm kind of preparing here. Or at least I'm trying to get myself prepared for what will end up being the next series. Now, the next series I'm going to do, I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I've got to run some tests on it or not, but I'm thinking I'm going to consider trying to get a multiplayer version of a one-tile challenge kind of going. So we will see. No guarantees that will be the next challenge or not, but it is on my list. It's really high up on my list. It's in the top 3 things that I want to start here in the very, very near future. So we will see. Right now, it's leaning towards probably doing it with one of the guys. And I say one of the guys, I'm talking about, the handful or so. Well, I guess it's more than that. It's like 10 of us, I guess. That make up challenges together. And a lot of the times we take on each other's challenges. So we'll see. But we'll see if we can get it to work out. But I think that would be a pretty fun one to run a bit of a competitive multiplayer one-tile challenge. I think that would be fun. I'll probably get last place, but I still think it'll be fun. So look forward to that potentially here in the near future. Even if it's not the next the next series we do, it will be one of the next series we do for sure. For sure. All right, so let's get these bales. Let's get these pallets. I can't talk today. Work today. I couldn't type today. I kept typing the wrong things. Now evidently I can't talk either. So it's just been one of those days. One of those days. Been busy. It's going to be a busy. It's not even been. It's going to be a busy work week for me. I got a big delivery this week to largest client we got. So it's going to be pretty hectic. But that's just normal work, right? Those things happen. Kind of expect that to happen. All right. And I think, honestly, I might end up getting rid of that log fork. I think I wasted a little bit of money on that. It just doesn't seem to really work for these big, massive trees. And I should have known better. I really should have known better. I think we're going to have to go to the winch approach. But, I wanted to try it. Just didn't really work out how I'd hoped. Now, there's quite a few pallets in here of the wood beams here, so this is going to be a big money maker for us again. Whoop. Well, that went well. That went well. Can you please fall off? Maybe? No? There you go. Alright, to bear with me, I'm going to utilize the liftable bale and pallet mod here. It's just going to be a pain to try to fix that. That went a bit wrong there, didn't it? Oh well. It happens. These things happen. Please, thank you. Okay. These are not going to be perfect, but really we don't have to go that far with these, right? Honestly, I might even be faster to not even have to stack them, but I don't know. It probably would still be faster to stack them, honestly. Alright, there should be, I think, 2 more that spawn out of here. If I calculated it correctly. Almost way more than 2 more. I am way wrong. Alright, we just need to wait for them to spawn here. You know what? I'm just going to grab these. Oop. Okay, never mind. All right. Well, there you go. That's about how my luck's been going. So, you know, we'll just continue on with that luck. Why not? Okay. This is going great. This is going about as well as possible. This is embarrassing. Come on, Z, get it together, buddy. You are better at stacking stuff than this. I'm not the best. I've admitted that 1,000 times. I'm worse at bales, honestly, than I am with these pallets. Normally, these pallets I'm not that bad with. I've kind of gotten used to it, but this has been atrocious. What else can I talk about? I don't really think I have a whole lot else to talk about, gang. I'm speechless for once in my life. It's not very often that I'm speechless, but I am. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to talk about, so I will get the rest of these stacked up here, and I'll be back with you when it's done. All right, well, we're a little bit over halfway through this contract. It's a lot larger than I had anticipated it to be, but I should have known better. The amount of money it pays. But either way, we wanted to definitely do some kind of farming activity besides just some of the maintenance stuff we've been doing up to this point in this episode. So I went ahead and did this contract here. It's the one right next to the field that we purchased over here, over by these 3 windmills that are by themselves. Now, we have $453,000 to our name right now, which is fantastic. It's a lot of money. You might be asking, what are we going to do with that? Are we going to buy another field? There's a chance. I think more than anything right now, what I'm going to probably end up doing is at least save enough of this money to allow us to purchase the rice harvester and the rice seeder that we need to do, or drill that we need to do. You know, I don't necessarily, like we talked about, have to do a purchase of it, right? I can always lease it, but you know, I at least want to potentially have that ability to do so. And really, with some of this money, I'd like to actually purchase a harvester for ourselves as well. Now, that harvester that we're going to get, obviously, it's probably not going to be the best one, right? $450,000 sounds like a lot, but when you factor in buying that rice drill, buying another rice harvester, and then buying the regular harvester, it's going to eat up most of that money, I think. One thing I didn't check, and I probably should have in the last episode, maybe we did, I don't remember though, was selling the oat here. I think we were supposed to sell that, yeah, we were supposed to sell that last time, and didn't do that, so that's a bit of a problem. So we need to go sell that oat today as well, and that's going to produce us a good chunk of change. So we're going to do that here right now. I'm going to go ahead and put the worker on finishing the rest of this, I think. So we'll put that on a worker. We'll jump here into the Iseki. And I'm going to get the oats loaded up in here, and I'll be back with you here in a second. Now, as far as where we're going to sell the oats, looks like our little market is actually the best price to sell it at. So we don't have to go very far, but let me get the oats loaded up in here. It might take a couple of trips. At least 2, I think. Can't remember. Whoa, we are sliding all over the place. Holy smokes, that's the first time I've seen that happen. Alright, it actually took a decent amount of time to fill that up, but it wasn't too bad. 20,000. We still have another 3 more trips, bare minimum, to take care of all this. We're just going to sell it outright. We could potentially turn this into flour or something like that, but I'm just going to sell it outright at this point. Worker should still be doing an okay job, hopefully. I guess they're touching up an area that I missed, or they're going at an awkward angle. I don't know what they're doing, but that's all right. While we sell this, we can let the worker at least do a little bit of it, then we can take back over doing the plowing there. So nice. That was 60 grand there, and then almost a $5,000 environmental score reward as well, which is fantastic for us. So that's going to be good, man. That's going to get us real close to 600,000. We just passed $500,000. Crazy. Also, some of this money, what I would like to do is pay off some of the loan. I've talked about that. We ended up paying a little bit off early on, and then we haven't really paid anything off since. Is it going to really, you know, help us all that much by having that loan paid off? Probably not really, but it is one of our objectives, right? So we should at least try to aim to start doing that. The other thing I guess we could do is maybe we ignore paying off the loan for a little bit and just try to save up and get a windmill. That would definitely make things go. I'm not that I necessarily want things to go faster, but it would make things go faster because you make a lot of money off that windmill. And actually, I think we're going to be over 600,000 because we just got another 60 there and another 5,000, and we have, I think, almost another full load here. I don't think it's actually a complete full load. I could be wrong on that statement, though. So we're making pretty good money off these fields. That's why they're so expensive. Actually, I think it's a little bit more than one other load. That's great. That's fantastic. We're going to be well over 600,000 then. Yeah, we're going to be really close. I might have to reconsider everything I just stated there. I might have to reconsider and think about the windmill there. That windmill would be... That would really change the that would change the complex here of the actual series if we bought that. That would be something. And if we're making, you know, if we put another couple of trees in there, which we've already talked about doing, I mean, we'll be there probably in the next episode. That would be crazy. Okay, everything's out of there. I don't think we had anything else in there. I think we looked, right? Well, we have some straw, I guess. But that straw is in that TMR mixer. Now, what we could do is sell some of the TMRs. Well, I don't know when the best time is to sell TMR. But that's an option. We still only have 5 cows right now. We're not going to have a lot of cows for quite a while, and I'm kind of did that by design, right? I said I wanted to get everything loaded up and ready to go, and I wanted to have their setup overstocked with food and everything else. So that way when they start reproducing, which is really what we're going to wait on, we're not really going to probably buy any more cows, at least not this early on. We don't have to worry about anything, right? They've got plenty of food in there. So $659,594 is what we're currently at. I mean, that's insane. That is crazy. Okay. Now, TMR. How much TMR do we have in there? Quite a lot. It's maxed out pretty much. 247,485 of TMR. Where can we sell TMR at? I'm hoping we can sell at our little shop that we put in. I would assume we can. I'm pretty sure you can sell that pretty much anywhere. Yeah, it's not worth a ton of money, but it is possible for us to sell the little market there. The farm supply production. It's actually going to be right next to where we're at, isn't it? That's our own thing, isn't it? Yeah, so I think it's either going to be at bale sale for $371, which is good, but that's really, really far away, or $364, which is right next to us. Yeah, let's sell a little bit of that TMR as well. I think it makes sense. I know I'm wasting a little bit of money having the worker do some of that contract for us, but that's okay. We're going to make so much money off that contract that it doesn't really matter. We also have the manure here that is kind of growing, right, which is good. We can eventually sell or do other things with that on the actual fields themselves. Okay, so let's see what kind of money we get out of this. $20,000. It's not going to bring a whole lot, but our TMR mixing station had stopped pretty much. Well, we're out of silage anyway, but all right, let's see what we get. That's not bad. 8741 plus a 723 environmental score reward. That's actually not bad at all. That's not bad. I think I'm going to grab a couple more loads here, just that way we have, enough room in here that we can continue on here. And then we'll take over for the worker finishing up the plowing. There's not going to be a whole lot left to do probably by the time we take over. I would love for this snow to melt. I don't think it's going to melt, though, in February. And speaking of this snow, I kind of like the texture it puts on the ground here. This is really nice. There's parts of it where it looks like it's dirty. I don't really like dirty snow, but I like the texturing that it's doing, that it actually is, showing that. It looks a little realistic. I kind of like that a lot. Those cars are flying on the road for how much snow is down there. I mean, if it was, SUV or a truck or something, I guess I could understand that to an extent, but those cars, they're booking it. Better be all-wheel drive. All right, I think this is a 678. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep the rest of the TMR. I know that might sound crazy because we probably don't really need to, but I'm going to keep that for right now. So while the worker's doing that, I want to take a look, since we kind of had this idea now to maybe potentially buy one of the windmills. Looks like they're all around $1 million. I think I showed this one in the very beginning, but I thought there was one that was just under $1 million, I swear, if we saw it. I guess I must be wrong, because they're all saying $1 million. There's just barely above $1 million. Okay, so yeah, there's one that's just barely above $1 million. I don't know why that one would be cheaper. I guess it's just the amount of land around it. I don't know. How much are these guys down here? Because I talked about how I kind of liked these guys. Yeah, they're just a little pricey still, so somehow the snow has completely removed from the field, and I think it's just because we're doing a contract, but I think it's pretty funny, though. There's snow everywhere else in all the other fields, but this field is perfectly fine. There's no snow at all. Oh, man. That's good, though. We got $678,000, right? So we've got some choices to make here. Whether we keep the money, we do some of the stuff I talked about, like buying the harvester and things like that, or what. We've got some choices here. I'm more so than anything, I'm leaning towards, I don't know. That's a lot of money. That's the most money we've seen yet. I mean, that is a lot of money. So it's kind of got me a bit leaning towards saving for the windmill, but I don't know. I mean, we're only halfway there, right? We still have a long way to go to get there. So maybe it's, I mean, we're even if we look at the loan. All right, let's look at the loan for a minute. $470,000 loan. Our interest on the loan is only $1,566, so it's not really going to save us all that much money if we were to go ahead and pay off the loan, right? If we were going to spend the $470,000, it would leave us around $200,000. It's not really going to all of a sudden make us make so much more money, right? So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards not paying the loan off right now with this money, even though we have enough to do it. Just because we're not really losing that much every month. We're just simply not. In the grand scheme of this map, right? Maybe I should have given ourselves a larger loan to pay off. I don't know. But in the grand scheme of things, we're really not. I don't know why all of a sudden it had when we left it was set to go across that way, the way I'm looking. But then the worker is going this way, so I don't know why it changed when the worker setup versus our setup, but whatever. And when I say our setup, I'm talking about steering assist versus, the worker GPS. A little weird. It doesn't really matter, but still kind of weird that it changed. Yeah, so I guess, I mean, when we finish this contract, we're going to be over $700,000, which is crazy. I mean, that one windmill is just barely 300,000 plus away. I think I would be upset with myself if I didn't save the money for that windmill. Now, I think the problem is going to be once we do buy the windmill, we're going to make good money quickly. So, it's going to be a month at a time, but every month we're going to be making a lot of money. Those things bring in a ton. I don't remember exactly how much they bring in. It's an astronomical amount. I know that. $67,680 a month? Or is it one of these? I don't know. It could be one of these. Well, it's not that one. That thing's huge. And I would say that it's not that one either. It's even bigger, so it has to be this one, which I think is the base game one. No, that's too small. So I don't know. It's somewhere between those, I guess. I don't really know what that means, but I mean, if you're looking at it, it's around $100,000 a month that they're going to be bringing in. Probably a little less than that. Probably like $80,000 a month, something like that. But that's still an insane amount of money a month, right? Yeah. I think I've made my decision. I think we're going to wait. Now, there is a very, very, very small harvester in the market here. There's also this tree log transportation Volvo, which thing is kind of cool, but I don't think it's really going to be useful for us. This thing, it's just too small. I love it. We utilize it a lot because a lot of the series I do are, start with no money or very little money at that, or you're on a very small farm type of approach. So we utilize that a lot. So, this one is really built to be or allow us to utilize some bigger equipment in the long run. So I just don't think that really makes the most sense. Although it's super cheap and would do the job for us, it would just still take us a long time to harvest it or harvest any of the fields, right? So I think I'm going to pass on that harvester because of that reason. Perfect for another series. Not really perfect for this series. We really need a bigger harvester on the used market if we're going to go that approach, right? So we kind of talked about, you know, what we're going to do with all this money. And as you can see, I mean, these harvesters aren't cheap, right? So they're going to take up the money we have right now if we don't buy the windmill. So I'm thinking we're going to go for the windmill, and we'll just continue to lease the harvester and the header for the time being. Eventually, we're going to buy one because, as I mentioned at the beginning of the series, I mean, the goal here is not just to lease everything, but yeah, we're so close to the windmill at this point. I think that's my main goal here. We're going to go for the windmill. And then after that, hopefully with that money we're making from the windmill, we can buy the harvesters we require, right? Almost done with this. It's probably going to say we're complete here by the time we get to the end of this pass, which will be nice. A little bit of income, extra income for us, get us over that 700,000 mark. We're almost to hit 11 o'clock as well, so if we have anything at all from the greenhouses that sell, we will also see that. And we're finished. Perfect. And it looks like the snow has mostly melted from the ground, too, so that's good. That's going to help us with our little process we talked about doing at the beginning of the episode, right? Where we're going to spend a little bit of money, not an insane amount of money, not like it's going to do anything major, but we're going to spend a little bit of amount of money. I'm putting down some more, you know, asphalt, gravel, dirt, whatever you want to call it, around the area of our sell point, which is, you know, kind of be made up to kind of look like a mini farmer's market for us. So we're going to spend a little bit of money there today. But as you can see, we have eclipsed 700,000, so really we're just slightly over 300,000 away from a windmill being in our grasp, which is crazy, right? If I kept selling some of that TMR, we probably could get a lot closer to 800,000 today. But we can always do that, you know, next episode. It doesn't necessarily have to be today. I'm going to do a quick autosave here. My game was... I say my game. The Xbox was crashing with you know, playing Gas Station Simulator. I've been working on the what is to be the very last episode of that, and it kept crashing a couple of times. It's only done it with that game though, so I think there might just be something with that game. But yeah, the Xbox would just completely like reset. It was weird. So I'm just kind of a little scared right now. It hasn't happened specifically in this game except for maybe once or twice, but it was not due to the Xbox. It was just the game crashed. And I don't think that it was the Xbox that was the issue either with the Gas Station Simulator. I think it was just there was something wrong with the game itself, and it just crashed you out to the dashboard, so you had to go back in. And luckily, the 2 times that's happened to me, only one time was it even remotely a difference from where we left off. It mostly had auto-saved it properly, as it should. Okay, so that is done. I think we're going to save... I was thinking about not getting rid of this tree, but I think I'm going to get rid of this tree specifically here. I think, a matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of this tree and this tree here. It's going to open up this space a lot. I know that. I didn't really want to get rid of all the trees, but these I'm not going to get rid of, but I think I'm going to get rid of these two. These two I should be able to just fall directly into the sawmill, which will help us. And then we have 2 other ones I want to get rid of over there that I talked about to kind of expand the yard a little bit. That's still going to be my goal here. But we definitely want to get some wood beams going there. We don't want to leave this episode without having some wood being chewed through, because that is a good moneymaker for us, those wood beams. And it's still a good time period here in the winter months. Maybe not so much once we get to April, but pretty much through March, the price is still pretty good. Although it's not a huge fluctuation on wood beams. Perfect. Now, we'll need to get rid of that stump as well, which we can do. It's not going to be a big problem for us to get rid of that. We've got that tree devour mod now, which was a fantastic purchase. Definitely something we needed. Okay, maybe not. Why? I wonder why it's so high up in the air. It won't let me chop it down any lower than that for some reason. That's weird, isn't it? That's weird, right? I don't know. Hopefully that won't be too high in the air for our tree devour mod. Hopefully we'll be able to get rid of that stump. Might have actually cut this the wrong way. I kind of turned around there a little bit when I was trying to be able to get more of the tree, but that's alright. We can push it if we need to. Nope, it accepted it. We're good. Alright, so 2 big trees in there, 41,000, that's good. They'll be able to chew through that for a while. And then, you know, my goal again is probably to get rid of these trees, at least the ones closest to the cows here in the shed here. But these can wait. They don't have to be today. They can wait. So we're not going to do them. All right, so let's jump into here, and let's just kind of clean this area up here a little bit. I talked about it. Let's do it. I think this is what I want to do. I think I'm going to change this up a little bit and use this. I kind of like this. The more I've used it, the more I like it. I got to be careful here. These trees will cause all kinds of mayhem. A lot of you I saw say in the comments that you have this same issue as I do with these stupid trees. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. We can just fill this thing in a little bit here, and then if I can, you know, clean it up a little bit like we've been doing, use maybe a little bit of curbs and stuff like that, which are expensive, so I'm not going to put the curbs in today, but eventually, you know, put some curbs in here. I think that'll do the trick for us, what we're looking for. You know, put like a fence and a curb right here or something like that where you can just drive through, and then, you know, maybe have a few parking spots here or something, and that way I have another track going this way, or however I decide to do it. I'll figure that out as we move along, but you get the point, right? Just make a little bit of an area here for, you know, okay, that'll work. Perfect. All right. Well, gang, we are going to leave the episode at that point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, I'd appreciate it if you smash on the like and the subscribe button on the case you have yet to do so. Both those things help me out an absolute ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, you know what to do. Let me know down below. Thanks so much to my members. Cannot thank you guys enough. There's a link down below if you're interested in that. There's also a link down below for my Discord if you want to join that and share your progress on whatever it is that you are playing. Feel free to do that as well. Thanks so much for your continued support. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.